The Deputy Prime Minister, Sheikh Khalid bin Abdullah Al Khalifa, chaired the weekly cabinet meeting at Qadaybiyah Palace. The cabinet affirmed that the directives issued by His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa to His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa set out a clear roadmap for Bahrain's future. The roadmap reinforces national progress and builds on achievements within the framework of the kingdom's comprehensive development led by His Majesty. The roadmap is grounded in safeguarding national security and stability, protecting national capabilities, strengthening social cohesion, and underscoring national unity and responsibility. The Cabinet also noted His Royal Highness has directed the ministers across their respective mandates to immediately begin implementing His Majesty the King's directive by implementing comprehensive and decisive measures, including the introduction of programs to resolve any gaps that have been identified in the defense or economic sectors. These efforts aim to address identified defense and economic gaps to enhance national preparedness and strengthen the Kingdom's ability to respond to various challenges. This includes the immediate initiative of legal measures against those who have betrayed the nation or undermined its security and stability, alongside a review of cases relating to entitlement to Bahraini citizenship with the appropriate legal procedures to be applied accordingly. The Cabinet stressed that these measures form part of a government approach that is based on strategic planning and management, ensuring the continuity of the effectiveness and responsive government performance. The meeting further noted that the relevant authorities will review the legal and procedural frameworks related to nationality, examining cases in line with national standards to safeguard national identity, reinforce the values of national loyalty, and ensure the necessary measures are taken in full accordance with the law. The Cabinet affirmed that the current phase requires unified national efforts and community cohesion to overcome challenges and work towards further progress and prosperity for Bahrain under the leadership of His Majesty the King and the directives of His Royal Highness. The meeting reiterated its condemnation of the hostile Iranian aggression targeting the kingdom and the region, which undermines the security and safety of citizens and residents, reaffirming Bahrain's steadfast position, calling for Iran's full commitment to the immediate cessation of hostilities in the region and the reopening of the Strait of Hormuz. The Cabinet reviewed the response of banks in the kingdom in coordination with the Central Bank of Bahrain to the directives of His Royal Highness to launch a loan deferral and liquidity support programs. The Cabinet then approving the following: a draft resolution regarding the regulation for scholarships granted to government-employed doctors to undertake residency and specialized medical fellowship programs. A memorandum of understanding between Bahrain's Ministry of Tourism and the Ministry of Tourism of Greece. A cooperation framework between the Ministry of Transportation and Telecommunications and NRIDE AB on adopting digital, electronics and automated solutions to enhance the sector's efficiency and competitiveness. The government response to several proposals submitted by the Council of Representatives. The Cabinet also reviewed the following ministerial reports: the outcome of the Strait of Hormuz Maritime Freedom of Navigation Initiative Summit, the outcomes of the visit of the Kuwaiti Minister of Foreign Affairs to Bahrain, the outcomes of Bahrain's participation in the spring meetings of the World Bank Group and International Monetary Fund. The General Command of the Bahrain Defense Forces announced that its arms and units are at the highest level of readiness and defensive preparedness. It stated that since the start of the Iranian attacks, it has successfully intercepted and destroyed 194 missiles and 523 drones targeting of Bahrain. The General Command called on everyone to exercise caution by refraining from approaching or touching any unfamiliar or suspicious objects, which may be remnant resulting from the Iranian attacks. The General Command indicated that the Royal Field Engineering Unit personnel are fully prepared to safely handle such objects in order to ensure the safety of all citizens and residents. The General Command expressed pride in the advanced combat readiness and high vigilance demonstrated by its valiant personnel in carrying out their sacred national duty, defending the homeland and safeguarding its achievement.
إن الجميع لا يفخر بما يظهره رجال البحرين في كافة الأجهزة العسكرية والأمنية. ربي اجعل هذا البلد آمنا.
Bahrain's parliamentary delegation concluded its participation in the 152nd General Assembly of the Inter-Parliamentary Union, the IPU, held in Turkey with broad participation from parliaments worldwide. The Speaker of the Council of Representatives and Chairman of the Executive Committee of the Parliamentary Delegation, Ahmed al-Msallam, affirmed that Bahrain's participation underscores its commitment to strengthening its presence in international parliamentary forums and advancing parliamentary diplomacy in support of national interest. He noted that the meeting contributed to enhancing inter-parliamentary cooperation and facilitating the exchange of legislative expertise and experience. Al-Msallam added that during committee meetings and bilateral engagements with speakers and representatives of several countries, the Bahraini delegation noted the unjustified Iranian attacks targeting the GCC and Jordan, describing them as a grave violation of national security and stability. He added that these resolutions reflect a clear international stance condemning the hostile Iranian attacks and calling for immediate cessation of aggression against the GCC states and Jordan, while stressing the need to protect civilians and civilian infrastructure and ensure freedom of navigation. He said that Bahrain's participation in the largest global parliamentary gathering reflects the legislative authorities' commitment to supporting international parliamentary action and enhancing cooperation and coordination with parliaments worldwide. Headed by the Representative Council Speaker, Ahmed al-Msallam, the Parliamentary Division delegation concluded its participation in the 152nd Assembly of the Inter-Parliamentary Union in Turkey. The delegation emphasized the importance of strengthening joint parliamentary cooperation and coordination to enhance international stability. More in this report.
On the sidelines of the 152nd Assembly of the Inter-Parliamentary Union held in Turkey, the Parliamentary Division of Bahrain actively participated in a number of meetings and gatherings with friendly parliaments, affirming the importance of strengthening international parliamentary coordination and unifying positions on issues of mutual interest. The parliamentary delegation briefed representatives of participating parliaments on the latest developments and repercussions of Iran's hostile attacks on Bahrain, GCC states, and Jordan, reaffirming the international community's rejection of such brutal attacks, while at the same time underscoring Bahrain's commitment to its steadfast approach in supporting security and stability and promoting joint action, particularly in international parliamentary forums. The division continues to play its pivotal role by intensifying cooperation and coordination efforts with friendly parliaments and exchanging expertise and best practices in the fields of parliamentary and administrative work, thereby contributing to enhancing institutional performance, developing mechanisms for joint action, and keeping pace with the digital transformation and rapid advancements in AI technologies.
The Minister of Finance and National Economy, Sheikh Salman bin Khalifa Al Khalifa, attended a panel discussion at the Middle East Institute in Washington, D.C., moderated by President of the Middle East Institute, Ambassador Stuart Jones. The minister affirmed that Bahrain's economy continues to demonstrate high levels of resilience. He added that Bahrain, under the leadership of His Majesty the King, is always striving for peace and to build a prosperous and secure future for the region and the world. The finance minister noted that recent attacks attributed to Iran on GCC states and Jordan have raised regional and international concerns with potential implications for their global economy and supply of key commodities, including oil, gas, and industrial products such as aluminium, fertilizers, and iron. He noted that Bahrain possesses the resources and capabilities to recover rapidly, particularly in vital sectors such as tourism and financial services. He affirmed that non-oil sectors now represent more than 86% of the GDP, reflecting the progress achieved in economic diversification, noting that non-oil revenues continue to register positive growth rates, contributing to stability of the national economy and its ability to sustain growth and address various economic challenges. He also pointed to the swift measures taken by the Central Bank of Bahrain to support the banking sector, which reflects the high level of institutional preparedness. Regarding regional cooperation, the minister affirms the unified efforts undertaken by the GCC states to confront the repercussions of these reprehensible attacks, ensuring the continued flow of goods, food, medicine, and the movement of civilians and residents, indicating that the current phase necessitates strengthening economic integration to support stabilities and solidify growth trajectories. He affirmed the ability of the national economy to recover and achieve sustainable growth rates supported by sophisticated regulatory environment and increasing investments in innovation, including the advanced technology and energy sector. He also emphasized that Bahrain is committed to enhancing its economic competitiveness and consolidate its position as a resilient regional hub capable of addressing various challenges. The Kingdom of Bahrain continues to efficiently deal with developments and government plans led by His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister, proving as effective in containing the repercussions of Iran's hostile aggression by implementing comprehensive and decisive measures and programs to address any shortcomings to preserve the country's security and stability. More in this report.
At a time when challenges are increasing, the steadfastness of nations stands out as a consistent approach that is consciously shaped and wisely managed. From this perspective, the Kingdom of Bahrain has presented a different approach in dealing with the repercussions of Iran's hostile attacks. It has confronted them with a clear vision established by His Majesty the King and managed with wisdom by the government team led by His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister, resulting in a balanced response that combines firmness in safeguarding the nation, flexibility in promoting its stability, and readiness to deal with developments. In line with this approach, His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister continues to achieve commendable accomplishments in government work, with a view to securing further developments across various fields, relying on disciplined management and a practical vision that enhances the efficiency of government performance and strengthens the Kingdom's capacity to deal with various developments. These efforts have been evident in successfully overcoming the difficulties of this phase through the integration of the roles of the defense and security forces and the efficiency and readiness they have demonstrated, alongside the solidarity of citizens, which consolidated internal stability and supported national efforts in facing challenges. To enhance response efficiency and address the repercussions of the war, His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister has been tasked with implementing comprehensive and decisive measures by establishing appropriate programs to address any identified shortcomings, whether in defense or economic aspects. The Kingdom of Bahrain is moving steadily towards establishing a balanced model that combines efficient governance, the protection of security, and support for the economy, while prioritizing the interests of the Kingdom and its citizens.
The people of the Kingdom of Bahrain have, in all circumstances and challenges, demonstrated the highest forms of loyalty and dedication in upholding national principles, consolidating the values of citizenship, and adhering to their authentic identity. More in this report.
National values are not mere spoken words. They are roots planted, growing in the hearts before they are reflected in behavior. In the Kingdom of Bahrain, a sense of belonging to the homeland and loyalty to His Majesty the King is a fundamental pillar in the development of individuals. Loyalty is not just an expression, but a deep awareness of the role of the nation's leader in preserving security and stability, and from this awareness emerges a sense of belonging to become an integral part of the national identity of which every Bahraini is proud. Here lies the importance of instilling these values in children from their earliest years. A sense of belonging is not established at a later stage, but begins from the moment the child realizes the significance of the land to which they belong and the leader who protects it. The family is the primary nurturer of these values, and schools reinforce them through knowledge. Society and media then play their part in completing this system. Thus, a conscious generation is raised, one that sees its homeland as a responsibility and its leadership a source of pride. It is a continuous process that shapes a person who carries their country in their heart and grows up believing that love for Bahrain and belonging to it is not a choice, but an innate quality expressed through actions.
Bahrain's chairmanship of the Security Council discussed the latest development in South Sudan, where the kingdom highly commended the leadership and expertise of the UN mission in South Sudan and its role in advancing the peace process and promoting constructive dialogue to address the current challenges in South Sudan. Bahrain expresses deep concerns regarding the escalating fighting and inflammatory rhetoric and resulting deterioration of the humanitarian situation in South Sudan. Bahrain emphasized that the situation in South Sudan is taking a worrying turn on the political, security and humanitarian fronts, which threatens the gains achieved, especially with the approaching election scheduled for December 2026 and the transitional period entering its final year. Bahrain shares the Secretary General's concern regarding the incomplete political, legal and financial frameworks necessary for holding fair and inclusive elections, as well as the incomplete implementation of the key parameters of the 2018 peace agreement. It also commended the African Union's efforts and initiatives in reviving the Tumaini initiative to promote dialogue, reconciliation and restoration of peace in South Sudan.